Oh god, it broke. Also, hello everyone. Things broke. Uh, just how I like it. Oh, I know why. I know why. Yeah, I did not give the flash drive the proper label. Let me do that real quick. Hmm. Turns out the second report on this tablet is kind of done for. I know there's no signal. I'm fighting the tablet. Okay, let's try this other port then. Thank God this has two. Ah yes, the same problem. I think my OTG adapter is done for. Yeah. I have another one actually that I could use. And it can't access. Do we have some utils? Ew, nice. Let me see. Oh, it's SD, okay. I don't know if this is going to work even. Oh, that's the mm-hmm. Okay. I have to fix the display button somehow. I'm wait. Let me try something like this here. While this is killing itself, let's see if the RTMP stream works. Yep. Do I have G? No, I don't. It has the name port. Yeah, that's fine. Label file system. Hello, Tam. Let's see, now it should be able to find it. Yes, now it boots. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so it's seeing the internal storage. That's what I was worried about, that it won't see it. So, what I need is okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so we need to create a new GPT partition. Now I need to create a 200 meg so now we need a new a different partition type, which is the EFI one. Which is going to be 1. And then I'm going to give the rest of this. Okay. Yes, we are actually going to install the full system here. It's gonna be a base install. It's not going to be anything fancy. It's going to be a basic install with maybe KDE or XFCE on X, because we have to fix a lot of things, including Wi-Fi. At the moment, Wi-Fi works because I did grab the proper because I did get the proper firmware out of Windows before it blew up. So we need to transplant that into the newly installed system. Also, it's so the screen is going to be cut off because the tablet is in portrait mode, and I didn't really bother changing the screen resolution around. But basically right now we are installing the base system. And then we have to do other tasks like getting the entire Linux kernel source and compiling from source basically. And once we are in Linux, I hope I can change the screen resolution to something more standard, so it's gonna be in landscape. I mean, I can probably do it from like grab when we are finished with the base system. if things went well the way I want them to go, this should boot. But that's a big if. You can't see it, but it's actually booting. And it detected the OS as Android, which would explain the compatibility problems I had with Linux. And KD is booting up. I'm going to fix the screen resolution so we can explore the system, what we have so far. Let's see if it can detect the display or it's broken. Oh, okay. Unify outputs. So, okay, so this doesn't work the way I want it to. However, I think I can fix the display settings. So we can see. Okay, so this is more like it. So okay, let's see if I apply. Let's see. Okay, let's set this as the primary display. So now we at least have something to work with, and I have to fix the rotation on the tablet. That's for sure. Okay, then this is gonna be the right option. Okay, now that should be fixed. So we should have Wi-Fi, and the question is, I don't know if we have working Wi-Fi. Oh, we don't have console. That's oh, I did not install the packages. Oh, I did not install every package. Yeah. Can I drop into a TTY? Let me at least get console here. Okay, now we should have console. Okay. Okay, so it loaded the firmware for it. Which implies that scanning for networks is broken. but that's something I was aware of. So I can add my own Wi-Fi network, which is and this should and we should be able to connect to it. Oh, it couldn't load the firmware, but why? Sleep firmware. Bio Okay, so okay, so Wi-Fi interface is showing up. So that's something at least. Wi-Fi doesn't seem to be showing up. I'm going to try rebooting because we still need. So, oh my god. Yeah. So we have this mono speaker plus headphones. Oh, audio works, so that's good at least. So we don't have to worry about that. Audio works. The other thing that definitely doesn't work at the moment is going to be the screen rotation. But that's something I don't really care about. However, the thing I care about is the touchscreen. That doesn't work at the moment. So we could try rebooting the system without the flash drive. And that should get us up and running at least. And Bluetooth will never work because we are missing the firmware for it, and even the Windows drivers doesn't have it. So what we can try is rebooting the system as is and seeing if it works after a reboot. And Wi-Fi now shows up. Yeah. Okay, so there we had to actually explicitly tell the firmware to load your SM BIOS specific firmware for it. Hello, Hugh. I don't know when I'm going to do that. I wanted to become actually stable and half usable for a daily driver first. But just to show I'm not lying. We are running an Atom X5 Z8350. So the things that we need to work at the moment, we have audio working, that's for sure. We have battery working, which is surprising. And the other surprising thing is that your battery is not completely toast. Considering that I bought this used. And I paid a lot of money for this, like I overpaid for it, but it's worth it, trust me. And now we have working Wi-Fi. However, we will not have working Bluetooth, I think, because it always has a reset fail issue. So if I go to Bluetooth, if I can't enable Bluetooth, no matter how hard I try. So Bluetooth will never work on this device. However, let me install the rest of the KDE package. Because at least this is not a waste of time. So at least I don't have to fix audio, because I had to work with an other similar tablet. where audio was completely broken, so the only audio output device that worked was the HDMI out. And Bluetooth. Funnily enough, their Bluetooth was working fine, but everything else was completely fucked. Like, for example, the digitizer didn't work as well. Like here, the rotation sensor did not work at all, and the biggest issue is that we couldn't get the onboard audio working. Like, I mean, the speaker on this is absolutely awful, so the only reason I'm happy that the internal audio works is so I can plug in a headset or something. Oh, and the camera won't work, yeah. That's probably something I won't be able to fix, at least not now. But at least we have we have succeeded in the Linux install, and it's it's running better than Windows. That's a fun thing, and this is KDE, so it has no rights to work. Um, so um, so when this finishes, I'm going to grab the drivers of my laptop because I have the drivers on there that could be useful. So if I switch over, it should detect it, or at least it should show up. RTMP streams, my beloved. Let's try this again. OBS has issues with RTMP streams. Okay, so I have this DRV folder here, and the main things I need from here is the Bosch accelerometer driver, because it could be useful, and the other one was Silly Touch. That's a generic digitizer that's used on many tablets. Linux has built-in support for the digitizer hardware. However, the driver is absolutely awful and everything's hard-coded. So you can't just install a single package and expect it to work, because no. I have to get into the Linux kernel source code, hammer in the DMI and SMBIOS info from this tablet into the driver directly, hardcode everything because that's how the driver was written, and then I have to recompile the entire kernel. And when I'm done with that, I can install that kernel on this tablet. How are we doing here? It's still going. Also, I did the entire install from battery because the other USB port turns out it's bad, and it did not want to cooperate with me. I could try charging it from there, but I don't have high hopes because that's not a charging. Oh, it's a charging port. It's just not a charging port on Windows. Then we're fine. Also, is the music too loud or is it fine? Also, while this is installs, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm back. So, I can see this installed successfully without dying. That's already a plus I can tell about a lot of things in life. Um, One thing I wanted to do because, let's be real, this is gonna be used on a tablet. Um, I have, I'm going to change the global scale to at least 125% on both displays. Oh, which did jack shit. That's always nice. And this is a replica of the laptop screen. Okay. Yeah, and things are off screen for some weird reason. I'm going to change the screen resolution to something smaller, just so the CPU doesn't kill itself. And now I have to disable the interlacing. Okay, now this should be way smoother. It is. However, uh, I forgot to change the laptop screen to um, 1280 by 720. So things align properly. Oh, and now the tablet display is empty. Uh, okay, let's just. Oh, this is the primary, but this should be the primary display. Okay, so now we are back in business, and the resolution is not what I consider good. So let's disable the replication. Okay. And then change the laptop screen to not 800 by 600, that's a bit tiny for screen resolutions. Oh wait, I think I know what's the issue here. Oh yes, I did not think this through, did I? Yes, that won't work. Because I'm using a non-standard display, am I? And what if I set the replica like this, so the internal display is the replica of the okay, so now I'm going to try changing the resolution to something smaller. If it doesn't work, which it clearly doesn't, I'm going to change the resolution for both and just keep them as is. And this should fix the screen issues we have. Okay, now nothing works. That's what I like. Okay, keep. So, let's try unifying the outputs again. It should. Okay, it's gonna be a replica. I'm going to try unplugging this just to reset things. Oh, the the dock disconnected, so we are not charging anymore. Or did I? Okay, no. A new output has been, the settings have been reloaded. Yeah, that's something I would really like. Okay, let's remove the primary from that. Give primary to that. Keep. That's weird. It doesn't even show up on the display setting panel. Let me try rebooting here real quick. I do remember that these displays are finicky when it comes to Linux and display and external displays. Because my capture card is technically an external display. It's just a garbage one at that. So Linux should show up soon. And let's see if SDDM shows up. Okay, so SDDM does show up. So that's at least better than what we had. And it's already better when you see the X cursor. Okay, KD is trying its best at working. And do we have any display out? There's a question. Yes, we do. So a reboot apparently fixed it, but we can't be sure until we get to the DE. Yes, we got back where we were. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, something went really wrong here. What the hell happened here? Because it shows up on both displays. Oh, never mind, we're fine. Let me move the bar on the top so we can at least see it. Okay, so now we should see that. And we should be fine for a bit. So, okay, nothing's broken, we're still fine. But let me get breeze dark here so I'm not blowing out everyone's eyes. Okay, yeah. Yes, if I do an LS, I don't know if I have LSPCI here. Yeah, so we don't have all the devices on the bus. We have the signal processing controller, which is the power management actually. We have the imaging unit. And if I... Here the imaging unit is the cam or the cameras. The cameras are in one of the vaguely named driver packages. I think it's in IA Camera 64, but that's for the controller. The cameras themselves use a different driver, which is not that useful if you think about it. I'm going to tempt fate here and change the tablet screen resolution to 1920 by 1080. No, this won't work. Or if I rotate it like that. Now it works. Okay, so we should be on the same screen resolution. And we are still not. That's probably just a quirk of these chips. Let's not worry about that. However, I do worry about the fact that everything is so tiny for a tablet. Okay, so since we have internet access, let's look up what we need for for Silent Touch to work, or Silent Touch, or whatever you were supposed to pronounce it. Because getting this to work is gonna be a major pain. So we need the GSL firmware package first and foremost, which includes the tools to which tells us how to actually get this to work. So we need to unscramble the firmware files first. From the sys file. That's why we need the Windows drivers. So that's why I'm lucky that I got the tablet with its original drivers in place. The only driver I had to hunt down was Wi-Fi, but everything else was bundled in. So I have everything needed to even reinstall Windows if I don't like Linux on this. And here's the quote-unquote tutorial on how to do this properly. So the easiest way to do this is to grab the tools from here. Actually, it's faster if I just clone the entire repository. Do I have Git here? I don't. Let's fix that. And then I'm going to mount my laptop's SMB share. Okay, so that should be network, shared folders. Okay, so now we have everything here. I'm going to grab a copy of the drivers, just in case, because I know for a fact that working with files through the network is pain. And while that's going, I'm going to clone this repo here. And then I need to go into GSF firmware, into tools, and then we have this this firmware extractor. And if we bring up the README for this, it says we need to run the scan WinDRV script. So scan WinDRV silent touch. Oh, it's still copying. Also, thank God, this isn't 32 gigs of storage, this is 64 gigs. So we have more than enough, quote unquote, more than enough space to play around with. So now if I do scan with DRV silent touch, and then silent touch .sys, it found a possible firmware. And it gave it to us here in firmware underscore 00.firmware. The next thing is to grab the entire Linux source tree. Fetch the current Linux source code and open this file. Which means we need kernel 5.17.9. I always have issues to grab the grabbing the kernel sources. And the version we need is 5.17.9. Okay. Technically, Linux could be fixed up, Android could be fixed up as well for this tablet, but why would I buy an x86 tablet for Android? It makes no sense. Also, I'm not going to compile here. Also, the time is not 9:15, by the way. I'm not that insane to stream at 9:15. It's just the I haven't really bothered setting up the clock properly. Now it's showing the proper time. So in the kernel source tree we need to find platform drivers platform x86 touchscreen dmi.c. And in here we need to do a lot of modifications. The first modification we have to do is this block here. So before we do anything else, we need to grab some other utilities like DMI decode. Because we need to work with the following DMI information. So This is the touchscreen X and Y size. This is the firmware, the max fingers, and here the system vendor, the product name, and the board name. So the system vendor is this hellish nightmare. The product name is this, and the board name is C86Q. If I understand this correctly, uh, I have to look for system information, and here it says uh, oh yeah, and then I have to convert that firmware to something more usable. And I think we need one more thing. Okay, so we still need to find the size of the digitizer, which is going to be fun. Uh, there could be a slight chance that one of these work, but knowing these, even though it's the same digitizer chip, it's not gonna be the same in resolution. Usually smaller than the display resolution. And I would have to open this to verify it. Okay, let's look at this insignia one. Probably won't find anything useful here. Yeah. But you can see that the touch panel resolution here is, for example, higher than the display resolution. Oh yeah, EVDAV, yeah. So we need libev and xf86 input evdev for sure. What others were here? We could try the Python evdev package. And I really need to learn how to type. And the question is, does it actually see it? Um, X input calibrator. So it should be Virtual Core X test pointer, Spear Pro. That's the keyboard. Okay, so I need to find something that is resembling the digitizer. But it's probably my inexperience that I can't find it. I do know that one of the GPIO keys or the is the capacity Windows button. Uh, let's see if it found and if you can see anything in the kernel. It can find the Bluetooth and the video out. Let me see what it was. GSL. It's a generic GSR 1680 or something. Because I do know that on Ubuntu it worked. You need to install GSL. Oh yeah, GSL firmware Git has to be installed. Yeah, calibration matrix silent. I could search for it in the yes, here it is. Okay. Select MSS 1680.fv failed with error -2. So we could just get to this together by installing this, but it's not going to work until I calibrate my touch screen. But we could try. That won't hurt. Oh yeah, I forgot that this will just. Okay, so um, it does say here calibrating touchscreen your screen. Let's see what does it have here. Uh, slave pointer. Okay. So if I do X input list, I should see a slave pointer, but we have too much slave pointers because I have a mouse connected. So if I unplug said mouse, I should be able to get something more sane. Yes, it's gonna be that virtual core X test pointer because we don't have any other slave pointers at this point. And if I do X input list props virtual core X test pointer coordinate transformation matrix. Yes. Okay, we are on the we are on the right track. I just need my mouse back. Calculate the coordinate. Now calculate these as accurate as touch area with. Okay, so we need to. Coordinate transformation matrix. As a row by apply the matrix. If after following multiple clicks occur in different and you touch the screen, we need to build exor cell packages in ABS. Yeah, let's get the touchscreen work first so it shows up properly. But I do know that there is like an EV dev test or something. I do know for a fact that there's an EV dev test. Because if I, for example, I don't know if it was. So maybe we have example code should work with any recent path to your keyboard EVDev device. Yeah. And if I this is ID4, so and yes, we have an event 4, so we can probably compile this here because it doesn't look like a big package. Oh yeah, let's run this route. Oh, it's literally just for a keyboard. Well, that's not good. I need one for the touch screen. Um. Hmm. This is gonna be a problem if I can't figure this out, though. I could poll the event. Um, EV test utility, that's what I was looking for. EV test, that's what I need. This is what I was trying to find. Yes, event 4. But it doesn't seem to respond. But what I need is... yeah, I need your firmware for it, yeah. I don't know if I can just throw this in as is in the kernel or in the firmware just for now. It's looking for Silid MSSS 1680. Okay, so that means DRV, so uh, GSF firmware tools firmware, and let's put that into lib firmware Silid MSSS 1680. Okay, it is now present as input 19. So if I need this. So if I do an EV def EV test, and now it should be at event 19, but it doesn't show up here on event 19. Input as device is here. So this is what I need to query. Oh yeah. So it did not get here. Oh yeah, it is there. It's under event 15. I'm retarded. So we need to test event 15. And we have all your scan codes here. And this tells us that our... because we need to repackage the firmware. Don't forget that. So the X and Y size is 4095 by 4095. So if I now move, oh wait, you can see that it works now, but it's not really, you can't really see this because I'm not showing it, but it it looks like it's flipped as well. So this is why we need to modify the kernel. And I hope I did not I didn't lose my stuff. I did. I have to reload the module. EV test, and it's event 15. because 4095, and that means we need to modify a lot of stuff. This will read legacy firmware, converting the facility in the new firmware and set the connection type to GSL 1680. The panel width to 940 dots height, 750 dots and maximum number of touch points. The readme for each should give information on the information. To convert the scrambled cell touch from Windows driver directly. And for unscrambled, use this. You might still need to calibrate the touchscreen later. If the numbers are unknown or not, know that the maximum width and height are 14. The drivers can articulate to a touch point limit of 10, specifying more than that will not work. If your touchscreen connection doesn't support finger tracking, it is crucial for proper mouse emulation, or access seem to be mirrored or swapped. You can modify the firmware to enable corresponding features in the driver. For example, this enables software finger checking and mirrors the horizontal axis. Should we select TS and install it into Leap firmware so the driver can find. To convert the firmware image back to a legacy format, use. Okay, so do we have finger checking? We seem to have firmware check, finger checking. So I just need to mirror the horizontal axis. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Okay, so let's not edit the source just yet. And I need to do an FW tool and sets parameters and flag. Yeah, okay, yeah, so what I need to do. Okay, so the so dash n says the control model. That's a 1680. The width and height we saw is the same. So what we can do is dash c firmware 00fw. I mean, I can use it directly from drv scilid sys dash 3 dash m 1680 dash w 4095 4095 dash t10 dash s dash f x flip silly. What was it looking for? It was looking for MSSL 1680. Invalid file handle at FW tool line 113. Not suitable for use with any other driver except GSL X1680 ACPI. I mean, we did unscramble it, so FV tool dash M1680W 4095 4095 T10 dash S dash F X flip firmware. The requires firmware in a special compact format. Oh wait, I'm using the wrong thing. First, decide on a unique name for the firmware. Okay, I don't even have to do with that. The ACPI name could be different. However, it was found it as... The MSSL 1680 00, so that's fine. We need to change the kernel. Which means I'm going to find the last of these. And I think we have the home button supported because we do have a home button on the tablet. I'm going to set a property. Yeah, let's try finding the last ones of the last of these. Okay, so it has a touchscreen DMI table. Some DMI table entries only provide an EFI embedded firmware description. I'm looking for something called DMI underscore table. So the kernel changed a little bit, which is not good, but I think I should be able to figure it out. I'm just trying to find the last. Last of these. Oh yeah, here it is what I was trying to find. The DMI, the touchscreen DMI table. And this has to be sorted alphabetically. So I can start putting my garbage here. So static construct property entry Telius Zephyr 8004W because that's how it identifies itself on in at least in the BIOS, even though the box says 8005W. And then I need the property entry U32, which is touchscreen size X. In theory it should be 4095, and then I could be totally wrong and blow up everything we have. Property entry string firmware name is a GSL 1680 Telius Zephyr 8004W.FW and then property entry U32 silent max fingers is 10. And I did see some extra entries we need to add. One is the home button for sure, and the other was the touchscreen swapped X or Y. Wait, let me think about it a moment. Yeah, the Y is swapped. Because the X is not. Only the Y. Okay, so that should make us Telius. So we need to add another thing, property entry bool silid home button. So this should get our Windows button swapped, and that's another entry bool. Okay. Property entry bool touchscreen swapped Y. And then I need to add this here because retardation. And then I need to create a static construct silid ts dmi data telius zephyr 8004w data, and here I need the I forgot to put the props here, equals and then we need to add ACPI underscore name equals MSSL 1680 and dot properties equals Telius Zephyr 8004W props. And then I have to like add all the garbage info here. Oh yeah, but it has to be in... I don't know how this is going to work, or if it's going to work. That's track store. Okay, so we have to put our garbage here. Driver data equals void star and Telius Zephyr 8004W data dot matches DMI match DMI sys vendor and then oh and I need the information, which is a system vendor, my company, product name, board name. So wait, can I just do like sudo dmi decode htbase board? Yeah. So manufacturer, product name, best serial number in existence. Okay, so it says in the exact values and serial matching tags depend on the particular device. You can find them with the help of DMID code. Look for the section called system information. So basically we are interested in the manufacturer, product name, and the board name, which is probably the C86Q. So in this case, vendor is going to be the Teleus Technology SL. And then we have to match DMI to our product name. Which is the Zephyr 8004W, even though it's the 8005W on the box. And DMI match something that should be unique, so I'm not going to do board name. I'm going to do a vendor. DMI match DMI BIOS vendor. BIOS vendor. Board vendor, BIOS version, BIOS date. Okay, that's what we are going to do. We're going to do BIOS version and BIOS date because I highly doubt there's gonna be more. So BIOS version and BIOS date. BIOS and then that means we should be able to not blow this up if it ever gets mainlined. Okay, okay, so I'm going to grab this out of here. The GSS 1680 Teleus Zephyr FV, just to have something GSS 1680 Teleus Zephyr 8004. Okay, oh, it's in /pros config gz. Yeah, so zcat pro config gz. Yeah, so I need this to be here as a .config file. Okay, so I'm not going to change anything here yet. Or at least now, I'm not going to change anything here. In fact, this is where I'm going to transfer this kernel modification onto my laptop and compile there, because that's gonna be a bit faster, I think. So we have this here. And if we go to the network, shared folders, this is going to take a while, so while this is going, yeah, I'll take a short break again. Okay, I'm back. Um, let's just apply it to all and just overwrite everything, because turns out I already had a Linux folder on my laptop. Or something like that, I don't know. Hope it doesn't break anything. I just hope it's not going to break, because that's gonna be an awful time. Sitting here, copying all 1 gigabytes worth of garbage, and then it just doesn't work. Um, let's see how we are doing with processing power, because I think this generation of GPUs can actually do like hardware accelerated video playback, so that's something we could tackle while the installation is still going, so, or the file copy process is still going. Let's grab a copy of H-dot and just see how we are doing with the CPU. I may actually set up swap later, because 4 gigs of RAM won't be enough, that's for sure. And we are doing really well with CPU usage. On Windows this was even worse. So that's a bonus. Let's actually grab Firefox here and make this a bit smaller so we can actually see it. We need the VA API stuff first. Yeah. As I probably shouldn't use this many tabs on this low-end CPU, but we need up to Coffee Lake. Now the thing is, this is a 20. Let me see. Let's see when was the CPU released. Also, apparently it has a 2-watt TDP or SDP as Intel calls it now. So it barely it's anything. So I'm surprised we were able to get KD up and running without the thing killing itself. Okay, so this is a 2016. So we can use both Intel Media Driver and libVA Intel Driver. Let's go with Intel Media Driver because I do know that works, or at least it should. Intel Media Driver, and we need the And let's grab this. I'm not going to bother with AUR packages for now, but we'll get both the VDP AU driver and the OpenGL one up and running. We may actually have to like change boot arguments here and there. I don't think we have VA info, no. It's probably not going to find it. Oh, it's libva utils, yeah. And then we can look at VA info. Okay, so so VA info did not work. So see configuring VA API. We could check the Xorg logs though. For log Xorg. Oh, okay, so VDP EU drive VAGL and DRI driver Crocus. We could still try forcing it with VA driver name, and we installed Intel Media driver, so IHD VA info. Yeah. So unknown libva error. Maybe we won't get that working. I mean, we could see it here. Intel Media driver. We did install libva VDPAU driver. So this is for radio stuff. Okay, so okay, so what we need is Radeon R300 newer GeForce. Yeah, that's massive VDPU. Okay, so Broadwell and newer for decoding, since you're using the Intel Media drivers. And Broadwell and newer, Skylake newer, Broxton, Apple. So we technically, if Cherry Trail is able to do it, . Intel VA API driver. Okay, so we could find Intel VA API driver. Intel VA API driver. Just to see if, because that should work. libva Intel driver. Yeah, now we can see Intel i965 driver for Intel Cherry View, and oh, I did not install the tools for the Intel stuff, which is Intel GPU tools. This won't work out this way. We need to compress this back. Oh yeah. So while this is going, we can check out Intel GPU too. Just to see how we are doing on the graphics side. So as you can see, most of our slowness comes from like the fact that the CPU is a 2-watt CPU. So while Thor is doing its business, we got hardware acceleration going on. So if I keep this running and open up VLC, because if I remember correctly, that was pre-installed. I'm going to grab a random file from my network share. Something I shouldn't be copyright inducing, or at least that's the idea. And then I could be completely wrong. I found a 1080p MKV here. It's actually copyrighted material, but can't do much about it. Wait, I think I have something less large. Let's try this. This is still like 1.6 gigs. And I don't really want to like copy over these large files. Because they do take a while to actually like copy over. However, I think I can do media file and then network, shared folders, and then do okay, let's try this. I just want to see it. Oh god, it no. Stop audio playback. No, stop. That's bad. Let's not even have this on screen. Yeah, we are actually decoding video. So at least that should be sorted out. And the actual like tar finish, so we can copy this over. Back to my laptop. Oh, now this is fast. Now this is far. Now this is what I'm talking about. This is gonna be way faster. They're trying to copy over the kernel as is, like a retard. Um, let's just to make our lives easier. I could just do the entire compilation from here. Okay. I'm going to close Firefox here for now. And how's our battery doing? It's at 95% with 5% display brightness. Oh, okay, so this works as well. Nice. Now if I remember correctly, I just need to do make I think it was make old config or something like that. I mean, I have a aha. I think it was make old config. And this should basically okay. Mm. Yeah, that's gonna be different. Uh, let's just run it and see what happens. I still have to like package it back and then run make install on the tablet itself, but that should get at least the digitizer up and running properly. I may actually test it out of live stream. I don't know how long this will take. I really hope it's not going to take a long time, considering that we are compiling on 4 threads. So I I can't really show more than this. This is like a boring stuff. This is boring to do basically. You're just waiting for things to happen or blow up. I'll be back while this is doing its compilation process. Let's see how bad my laptop is. Uh, oh, it's going at full blast. Mm, so while we wait, let's grab LM sensors as well. The reason why I'm saying let's get LM sensors is so I can so we can see the temps of this. Uh, let me see this real quick. So we need uh, I2C2s for sure because most of the system is on the I2C bus. And LM sensors, yeah. Okay, so if I run sensors, you can see that we are a bit hot, like 49 degrees Celsius on basically all cores. Uh, uh, However, we could do a sensors detect here. So we can get access to all of the it did not change anything. Usually it does. Like on my laptop, for example, running that sets up the Dell garbage and other stuff that wouldn't be detected otherwise. And basically, we're just now waiting for Linux to compile. Um, uh, we could check the desktop effects. How bad would they run here? I think it's in workspace behavior, and then oh, touchscreen. By swiping from the screen edge towards yeah, but that won't work yet. Um, my favorite effect uh, is wobbly windows and translucency. So oh, it doesn't like that at all. That just lags. Okay, so we can't use fancy effects because the hardware is not really up to snuff for that. Um, and I've seen another package for Plasma here. It was um, Plasma 5 applets thermal monitor. So now if I minimize this, get back the compilation here, and I add a widget here. We should see a thermal monitor, a plasmoid. Yeah, let's just let's uh let's just go with the ones that LM sensor finds or found off. Okay, 52 degrees Celsius, 55. So I think we need to increase the size of this. Oh no, it's literally just this. Uh, I mean, it can live here. 50, at least we can see. It's definitely not at 100 degrees Celsius. I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish this outside of live, out of the live stream, and then make a part 2 stream out of this when we are actually going to install the kernel and test the kernel to see if it works, and if we have to debug or calibrate the digitizer even further. So I would say that I'm closing this stream because there's no reason to keep everyone here watching a terminal just writing stuff out while a machine compiles a gigabyte worth of source code into something more usable. So thanks everyone for sticking by, and have a nice evening. Bye.